Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. This is going to be a very new subject for me. Currently, my second grader has been asking me to homeschool him. There's nothing wrong with his school. His teachers are great. He has lots of friends. He's a very social child. But he's really been asking me for months now that he wants to be homeschooled. So we've been talking about it here and there. We've been doing little worksheets. Really, I'm trying to figure out if it's really something that we can do, more so myself. And also, I don't want him to miss out on things at school that he might miss, that he may not realize now that he'll miss. I mean, we couldn't have picked a better area to live in. The school is great. The teachers are amazing. The principal is great. His friends are great. I mean, I'm not really sure where this is coming from. A lot of it has to do with the fact that he's constantly telling me that he just misses me so much. He really wants to spend time with me. So far, he's been really good at doing things that I've asked him to do. As far as work goes, at his school, they don't have homework, so me asking him to do, or him having to do extra worksheets at home, so I can see where he's at, isn't too much for him, because he doesn't have anything to do outside of school other than, the extracurricular activities that he is currently in. But so I've been doing a lot of research, and I've realized that the books that you need, or that the curriculum that you may need for homeschool, can be pretty pricey if you don't have the money for it. I'm really new to homeschool. My two stepsons actually were homeschooled up until they went into high school. So I've talked to them a little bit about it, about how they felt about the whole homeschooling thing. Did they have any regrets? Or not any regrets, but did they ever wish that they were actually in school? And neither one of them said no. They didn't feel like they had a hard time going, integrating into high school. But they're two very social children as well. Well, they're adults now, but they're just very social people. So is Matthew, and he is the second grader who wants me to homeschool him. So I've just been doing a lot of research. I pretty much have nailed what I'm going to use for his curriculum if we do decide to pursue this. But currently, I just went to a local thrift store. Quite a few people around this area do homeschool, so homeschool supplies is not that hard to find. It's just trying to find the correct curriculum to fit your teaching style or the needs of the child. So what I did was I went to a local thrift store around the corner from my house, they have tons and tons of stuff. But this is what I came up with so far. So I'm going to go ahead and start up here. This is a Horizons book. It's for Reader 1. Now, Matthew is way past this level of reading. But when he was 2 or 3, about 2.5, he was diagnosed with childhood apraxia. He's been to speech therapy. He didn't do speech therapy last year. But this year, his current teacher had him reevaluated, and we all agreed that he should start that again. He has issues with his R's. He tends to talk quite fast, so you can't really understand what he's saying sometimes. So I thought that this would be a really good book. Like I said, he's way past Reader 1, because he reads books. He's 8. He just turned 8. He's in second grade. But he reads books that 6th, 7th graders would read. But the reason why I got this is, one, it was free, because at our local park they have a book, a free book, exchange book. I don't know the actual name for it, but you can drop off a book, take a book. It's free to the public. But the reason why I got this, and why I liked it, was because they're little short stories that I have him read out loud, and then there's questions at the end. So not only is it helping him, and for me to help him with his pronunciation of words, he can hear himself, plus we can have questions at the end to see if, you know, the comprehension questions. But like I said, he's way past this level of reading. But I thought it was just a good thing to do, to have him read out loud. And the stories are really short, so it's not going to take that much time. But it gives me a general idea of how he is reading, if he's stopping at punctuation marks, you know, if he's reading where there are run-on sentences, and I can redirect him. And like I said, the stories are so short that it's not going to be overwhelming for him or me. The next thing that I have him doing is these cursive sheets. Now I did print these out in color. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I wanted to see what they look like, and so I could show you. I got these from Confessions of a Homeschooler website. She does tons of videos. I've gotten great information from her. And they don't teach cursive until 4th grade, maybe, is from what I'm, because my other son, Benjamin, he is in 4th grade, and I noticed that they just started doing cursive sheets. And I'll have a link below to where I got this one at. And there's another one, I think it's K-12 Learning, where you can have a whole bunch of worksheets on there. I believe that's the name of the website, but I will check that and put that down below. But I thought I would get him to start doing cursive. And these are really cute. If I have to reprint them, I'm not going to do them in color. I'll just do them in black and white. But I wanted you to see what they look like. The other thing that I have him doing is math sheets. Now these are from the Dollar Tree. They were in one of my hauls way back. And like I said before, I'm just trying to see if he is willing to do the work, you know, with me, if he doesn't complain and, you know, give me attitude. So a lot of this is just repetitive work that he's already done in school. But like I said, it's here. I'm not going to pull him out at the end. You know, we're in February. School ends like in the first week of June. So I'm not going to pull him out and try to homeschool him now. But I want to give him a general idea of what we would be doing while we were at home, if, you know, if we decide to pursue homeschooling. So that's what I have him doing. Now all I did was tear these out of the books, because some of them were completed already in the book and some weren't. Some of them were for my 4th grader when he was in 3rd grade or 2nd grade. I've had these for quite a while and I wanted to get some use out of them. So that's what we're doing there. Now at the thrift store, the local thrift store, these 4 books only costed $1. So they were $1 a piece. And like I said, they have quite a few workbooks there for homeschooling, because a lot of the people here are homeschooling their children. Like our neighbor right next door, they homeschool, but they do all their work online. And then the neighbors across the street, down the way, they homeschool, but they have really small children, like kindergarten, 1st grade. So, and I don't know what curriculum they use. I probably should go over there and ask, but I haven't done that yet. But like I said, I've gotten so much information from YouTube videos and online, and looking at what other people have chosen, and, you know, researching that. And I've kind of narrowed it down to what I want. But like I said, if anybody who homeschools, you know, homeschool can be, the curriculum can be quite pricey and out of your budget if you don't research it and try to get used books and stuff. One thing which is really great is our local library, not very local, but the town over where the main library is at, they're having a homeschool, not a conference, but a homeschool, where they're going to have a whole bunch of people from different areas of the homeschooling community to go over curriculum and whatnot, and tell you what, you know, you should be doing, what not to do, and so forth and so forth. And as far as getting a homeschool at here in our state, all you have to do is write a letter of intent, and pretty much that's it, to be honest with you. And I know we have to do testing, but you don't have to turn them in, which is very confusing. So I need to I'm really looking forward to that conference, or it's not really a conference, it's like I can't think of the word, like a get together, so you can meet other people in homeschooling and, you know, get some ideas and whatnot. But back to where I was headed, And I'm sorry if I get distracted. This is just very new to me. I'm a little nervous about it, but I've talked to my husband. You know, he's very supportive about the idea. So bear with me if I make mistakes or if I'm not really sure what I'm doing. But, you know, we got to all start somewhere. So the first book that I got was Collections, Something New practice book. Now, I realized after I had gotten it, you need like little readers with it. But last night I was going through it again. There's only a couple of pages that you would actually need the reader that goes with it, like Days with Frog and Toad. You don't really need that book to be able to answer these questions, because there is a little story here, and then you answer the questions based on that paragraph. So that's what I have. Like on some of these, you do need the book, but it's only like one page. So that we wouldn't be able to do. Now, I did try to go online and see if I could find the little reader books to see if they were accessible online, but I could not. So we're still going to be able to use this for Matthew. And then I also like, the one thing I also liked about this is also that you can tear the pages out, but also down here it gives you little hints on what you can do with your child regarding the words. So I thought that was pretty cool. And like I said, this was only 25 cents. Now, I did look online to see how much it would cost if I bought it used, and it was, the cheapest that I found was $3.50. The next thing that I got was this social studies. Now, this is mostly based in North Carolina, as you can see up on top, which is the state that we live in, and people who make a difference. And I really, really like this book. I'm surprised nobody wrote it in it, because they have these great stories about community. And here you read the paragraph and then you answer the questions. Of course, I will help him with that. And then further along the line, it gives you stories about things that happen in North Carolina, how the election works, celebrations, communities around your in your state, which I love. And a lot of this is pretty interesting, because even though I've lived in the state of North Carolina since in the 90s, I'm actually from Texas. So there's a lot of things about North Carolina I don't know. And actually, we live in a very, well, I think everywhere in North Carolina is pretty historic, but there's a lot of places around here that we've never been, and we're like, why haven't we been there? So this would be pretty interesting for us, and I love that it has the maps for him to look at, and we do plan on traveling quite a bit, and that is one of our whys for our debt-free journey. If you've been following me on YouTube, you know that we are on our debt-free journey, and I love this, all this information here for him to learn, and about distribution and consumption. And I really like that it's based in North Carolina, so that's going to be pretty cool for all of us, actually, even for my 4th grader and my high schooler to learn about. The next thing, and this one, if you bought it online used, the cheapest I found was $10.99. Once again, I only paid 25 cents for that. The other thing that I got, which is really cool, is this Scholastic's Atlas of the United States. Currently, we have been using Alexa for, if you're not familiar with Alexa, she's the Amazon. Oh, there she goes. You can play little games with her, and one of the games is state capitals. So we've been doing that, and I love this book. And I'm probably going to say that about any book that I get. But I love this book because it tells you how to use the book, and it gives you all this information. And he is only going to be, well, he's in 2nd grade, but I know a lot of parents say this about their kids, but he's so smart. And we're always looking at, the capitals, and it also tells you the statehood when they became part of the United States. And is that correct? Statehood? Let's see. Let's go back here. See, I don't want to give out misinformation because I have to admit my geography is really bad. And let's see. Okay, here we go. State facts. And where is it? Let's see. Statehood. Okay, right here. Statehood refers to the date that a state joined the Union. See, that was pretty right. Or pretty close. And it goes through all the states. And then I also like this too, because I was always confused about this, but it talks about New England, what's considered New England in the United States. And then there's all this information. And I love that they give you the legend and then they give you all these facts down here. And one of the things that I'm going to use this for too is for our nature journal, because it gives you the state flower, the state tree, the state bird, and the state fish. And I thought that that was really cool. And so we're going to look that up to see what the flower looks like, you know, to see what the tree looks like, the bird, and then he can either draw pictures or we can look up pictures and print it out and cut it out. Or I'm not really sure how we're going to do that, but that's going to be really fun because I'm going to kind of try to tie that into nature and art. So I'm going to try to combine those two, as well as, you know, learning geography and about our states. So this is pretty cool. So that's what I got there. And I looked this one up online for a used book, came out to $4.77. One of my all-time favorite books that I got from out of all of this is this book. Currently in their classroom, they are doing acts of kindness, and I just love that. They encourage the kids to do stuff either knowingly or, you know, letting the person know what they're doing, or just doing it like, say they go into class and one of the kids' pencil lead breaks, they offer to sharpen the pencil, or if they see that their book bag fell to the floor, they'll pick it up, or they'll say something nice to someone else like, hey, you're doing a really good job on your math today, or wow, that was really good reading. And so that's what they're doing now in their classroom, and then they're going to have an act of kindness celebration at the end of the month, which I thought was really, really cool, because all my kids, I have 4 kids, biological kids, and I don't remember any of the teachers that were doing that. And that's why I'm a little confused of why Matthew wants me to homeschool him. But you know, the fact that he wants to be with me, you know, that in itself is amazing. Because I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel like I'm a cool mom. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put my thumb in the way. Okay, so I got this book, and it did belong to someone else, but they never used it. Or if they did use it, they never really wrote in the spots that they were supposed to. So the last person who owned this book was in 2015. So this is a pretty, you know, I'm surprised at the condition this book is in, because it's really nice. It's like if they didn't write in the book, it's like a brand new book. So these are really cool, and it talks about things that you can do. And then down here you can put a check mark in the box, and you can put the date that you did it, and you know, you could probably put like who you did it for. This is also going to be kind of like an art project as well, because I do plan on taking pictures and then printing them out and like pasting them here with him doing it, so that, you know, it's like a journal / art project, or not a junk journal, but I guess just a journal for him to, you know, later in life go back and look at it and see about all the things that he did that were super amazing. And I just love the way this book is done. This paper quality is so nice. Isn't that cute? And we're not going to adopt a pet, so I'm not really sure what we're going to do here, because we already have a cat and a dog. And if you've I did another video, but I don't think I've posted it yet, but we did lose our Max, and Max was in my first debt-free journey video in the background, rolling around in the grass. But we did lose him in 2017, and that was really hard for our family. but I'm not ready for another pet, so I'm not really sure what they're going to do with that, or what we're going to do with that one. Also on this, there's a website. I haven't gone on there yet. It's 366daysofkindness.com, which I thought was pretty neat because I was wondering where this came about. So I'm going to go on there and see what that's, you know, what's on that website, and if it's anything that maybe your kids can do outside of having the book, that would be kind of cool. And so, as you can see, it was $14.99, but I did look online, and our used book was $6.71. So that is what I am using currently to get us in the groove of homeschooling. And even if we weren't homeschooling, I really like these books, and I probably would have bought them anyway for them, because we do like to, my kids love to learn. I mean, all of my kids did, and or do. My oldest one is super smart. He can be a little late. Sometimes I wonder if when they hit a certain age, they just like get so lazy that they don't even try. But if they did try, the things that they would do would be so amazing. Not that they're not amazing already in itself, but yeah, I think I have super smart kids. And I'm pretty sure all parents say that about their kids, but my kids are super smart. But that is what we're doing for homeschool. I know there's a lot of people who homeschool, and they're going to have different opinions of what we're doing and whatnot. But you know what? My kids, you know, I got to do what works for them and what works for us. And so that's where we're at. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them down below in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't run too long. Doesn't seem like it ran long. I feel like I've been babbling a lot lately. But yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave links down below for the Confessions of a Homeschooler if you want to print out any of those cursive sheets. And also the Act of Kindness website will also be down in the description box. And yeah, I hope to have more videos like these of what we decide to do in the future. But and if you have any suggestions, I know Good and the Beautiful is one of the curriculums that I'm looking at, and also Spelling UC, Math UC is also another one that I'm gravitating towards. But if you got any other suggestions that you like, you know, with your kids, please leave them down below in the comments section. But that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless, and I will see you soon. Bye.